that, I got it. Just cash, fuck it, just cash, 100. Hello everybody, welcome to another video. It's your boy MYP, and today I'm gonna show you how to make or how to produce the track "TROLLZ" with a Z by G6ix9ine and Nicki Minaj. So let's just get straight onto it. The first thing I started with the track was to kind of like figure out the kicks and the beats. So I'm gonna play it now. That's the generic beat, which is like your classic hip hop kind of style of beat. Copy this drum track. Just go like this. You can pause the video at any point, so you make sure you copied everything. Okay, but to make this drum track, I used the beat sequencer. I think it's called the beat sequencer. Okay, and you just tap it and you go to 808 flex, and you get basically some tracks already laid out. That's for the drum track. Let's go into edit mode again. And the only thing I did on top of that is I selected the clap, the snare, and I reduced the velocity compared to the kicks. Just something along this line. The second thing I started working on was the melody, which is the and the instrument I selected for this case was a gentle bell. Don't worry about the wording. Is gentle bell can be found in the Synth Classic, and if you scroll down, you can find gentle bell. Okay, which is this one. Just copy my settings. The only thing I really did is just reduce the cutoff, just to make it sound a little bit more gentle, really. Okay, and the other thing I added was some echo. So just copy the echo setting and the reverb. This basically allows you to get a bit more depth in your beats if you're trying to make a track. Let's go into the edit mode. So just copy and paste this into your own project, or I'm going to share the project anyway, so you can just look at it and enjoy it that way. One thing I forgot to mention before, like in any GarageBand track, you need to set the tempo, the time signature, and the key signature, which is the scale. I couldn't find a C sharp major, but in this case the key signature is a C sharp major. So let's hear both tracks together. The third thing I started working on was the 808. As you guys may or may not know, on GarageBand, when it comes to kicks and 808 is a bit, I would say, lacking. So you need to add some editing to make it sound a little bit better. Okay, so let's start with the setting of the 808 I chose, which is the 808 bass. If you go to the Alchemy Synth bass, sorry, and you choose 808 bass. Okay, and if you scroll to the right side of your instrument, okay, make sure you copy this setting, which is this bit of sustain and release. Okay, the another thing I added to give a bit more depth to the 808 bass, okay, is that I went into the plugin EQ and I added an overdrive, which you can if you press edit and you go to this plus sign, you can see there's where is it, overdrive, and you tap it and it will give you basically the option overdrive. And you can also add some distortion to it to make it sound just similar to the actual track. So just slight distortion. I'll show you the settings. So once you're done, you press done. Then you go to the overdrive and just copy the settings. Okay, or you can play around it to make it the way you want it to be. And same thing with distortion. You play around with the drive and the tone and even the output if you want it to make it sound a bit more stronger. But be very careful with clipping. You don't want to overdo it. So after I've got that sorted out, which is something I normally do for me most of the time for 808 bass, yeah, that's the formula I use. Let's go into edit, and this is basically the notes I added. So let's just play it out. Wow, very strong 808s there, and that is what you want, especially for this kind of tracks that you're going for. That was it for the 808 bass. For the hi-hat, I just chose the what did I choose? I chose the trapdoor in the beat sequencer as I showed you before. So let's just go through it again. You tap on beat sequencer, it gives you the option. Then you go into trapdoor in the electronics. After you select the trapdoor, and this is the pattern. Okay. Another trick to make your track sound a bit more professional. Okay. When you click this, when you tap this option, obviously you have your hi-hats, but they all have the same sound, the same velocity. Okay. The best thing to do is to manipulate the velocity a little bit. Some of them high, some of them low. It feels more natural. So you can hear that ta -ta 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 -ta. So some are low, some are high. It just gives it a bit more natural feeling. And that's it for the hi-hat. And I think this is the last instrument that was used in the track. No, actually, the last two instruments is it's like a strings, okay, strings type instrument. You can use any strings that you want, but I decided to use the strings that are part of the strings order options. Okay, so if you go to orders and you scroll down to strings, is the sustained strings, and just copy these settings. So let's just hear it by itself. This is quite evident when you listen to the track. So I didn't do any editing to it. I didn't change any settings in the reverb or echo. And let's just get straight into the edit mode and just copy these notes. And again, I'm going to share the project so you can play around with this the way you want to. And the next thing I worked on was the pads. It's like a dark pad that is constant to the track. And I did a bit of editing. So the instrument I used was the warming waves, which can be found in the synth pads. And if you scroll all the way down, you'll find the warming waves. When you scroll down, you'll be presented with the default settings. So just copy the setting I used over here. Okay, the main thing I actually worked on was the release and the attack. I didn't do much editing in the track settings. So once I got that ready, and then I went ahead and put the codes that I was interested in, which are this. So again, you can just copy and paste this to your own instrument, or just carry on for the project I'm going to be sharing. And that's it. That is the track itself. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and don't forget to like, share, subscribe to my channel. And again, I'm going to leave a link to the project, the GarageBand project, which can be used on your iPhone or your iPad, or even on your Mac OS. And see you guys in the next one. I hope you guys enjoy this. Bye.